I'm going to move on to the next question here, Hilary, which is what do I do if my parent wants to suppress? What do you do if a parent wants to suppress your stimming things that help you cope with situations? And my understanding is that this is a young person on the spectrum who wrote in and is dealing with this. So where are you on the suppressing of stimming?
So, stimming, what I want everyone to understand about stimming is that we all actually stim in some way usually. So you think about you're at a dinner and maybe it's kind of running a little bit long and you start tapping on the table, or maybe you start jiggling your foot underneath the table a little bit, or you're at work and you're in a meeting and you start twiddling your pen. All of those can be stemming behaviors. It's something that's meeting an internal need for us. Just because we have that behavior doesn't necessarily make it a problem behavior, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's something that needs to be reduced. When we're looking at it for a problem behavior needing to be reduced, we're looking at things like, is it impacting being able to interact with your social environment? Is it causing you to not learn additional skills because it's so distracting? Those kinds of things are considerations we take into whether or not it's a problem behavior. But just because stimming is happening doesn't mean it's a problem behavior that needs to be diminished. So my thought on this would be, it kind of depends on where your stance is on the stemming behavior, on if you think it's impacting your everyday life. From a parent's perspective, we want our kids to fit in. That's very important. And maybe we have some anxiety ourselves about the stemming behavior setting us apart from our social environment. There are different things you can do to still get that need met that makes it look a little bit more socially appropriate. But again, it doesn't necessarily need curbing. It just depends on the behavior itself. So I would recommend that you speak with your parents about that, about what concerns they have, and if it's a concern for you or if it's not a concern for you. Finding different ways to cope with that. It is important to learn coping strategies for a variety of reasons, and we all have to develop coping strategies of getting to an understanding with people who just don't like characteristics that we exhibit. Doesn't mean that we're wrong. It just means that we're different, and that applies to all of us. It's not just individuals with autism. We are all different in our own ways, but if it's something that's impacting our social environment, then having consideration of that other person's perspective and how we can match our environment, or if we just need to accept I'm just different in this way and that's okay too.
I love that answer. I am now your newest big fan, Hilary. You you exceeded all expectations, because I think this is a really important thing. You know, we have a lot of self-advocates, self-described self-advocates who watch the show and are very hurt by the fact that the things that they are doing to cope with just life, that they feel that other people are constantly asking them not to do those things. And I love Card's point of view on this, that stims are there for a reason, and that if everybody agrees that a stim is getting in the way of something that's meaningful, a goal that's meaningful, then a stim is never completely taken away, but parameters are put on it, or something new is put in a replacement behavior that fulfills the same need. And so I love the way you languaged all that, because I think it's respectful of the individual, which is what we should be doing always. So thank you for that. That was just truly awesome. And we thank you for we're gonna ask you to come back. You were fabulous.
I'm happy to. Thank you guys again so much for having me.
You have a great day.
Thank you. You guys as well. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.